So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Just like that, it's a gain of 12 and a first down on their first play.
That's a pretty throw right there. That ball's in the air a long time, but it's right on the money on the right sideline. A really good route. Moving the defenders towards the middle of the field before breaking to the sideline. What a completion there. Big-time arm strength. Very nice route.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
The Texans at 500, 3-3 through the season's first 6 weeks. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
That good for 19 and a first down.
Well, that is a running back who was not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They go again with Pierce. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
An extra man in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down.
They'll look to throw here. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want to throw body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
Pierce takes it straight ahead.
Down right around the 25. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive. But this is 3rd down. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Nice call by the defense there on 3rd down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
Boswell's kick is good. And it's now 3-0 Texans. Even though they didn't find the end zone, they have to be pretty pleased. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And they entered play on a 2-game win streak, and then they've got the open date on their schedule next week. So this is a group that's really looking to hit the break on a high note.
And this will obviously be a tough game for them, but go ahead and play this out with me, partner. If they win here and make it 3 in a row, they get to heal up after that. You've got to think that's an ideal setup and a worthy goal to play for in this one.
They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be 3rd down.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And this is caught by Watkins.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw.
Swings this one out wide for Pierce. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. Ready?
Second and 6. He'll take a shot for Davis to the end zone. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown. All right, the offense back out there now. Let's see what they can put together. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. He finds his man, complete. It's Watkins.
And he'll be brought down with the 1st down after a gain of about 11 as that takes us to the 2-minute warning.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7 our score. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. He'll look to throw. Buying time to, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Jonathan Allen in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw, eluding the pressure right.
And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down.
Boswell's kick is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. Gets the dump off to Pierce. And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. This looks like a roughing call. Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that one, that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so are they going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. And bringing it in, it's Davis.
And he's going to have the first down as they move into field goal range here at the 25-yard line.
Back to throw again. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
They'll run here with Pierce. Driving for the goal line, but he's marked out short. And with no timeouts, no chance to get the field goal unit out there. And frustration going to set in, as that is going to be how this first half will come to a close.
And we welcome you back live now. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
On 2nd down, here's Pierce.
And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14.
6 DBs on the field for Washington on 3rd down.
Looking to throw. And that will be incomplete.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And they call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. So now this offense will take over, and they will have the football at their own 20-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that is incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
And Davis has it over the middle. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
46. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
Well, it is perhaps the best home field advantage in all of football, and certainly the loudest, as we welcome you to GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City.
Today, it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here
between the Las Vegas Raiders
and the Kansas City Chiefs. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9?
Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
First down, he'll drop to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. 13 yards on the game's opening play.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run, because we envision them in offenses catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. Now he dumps this off over the middle. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be second down.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago, there's another one right there.
From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4. First carry for Josh Jacobs.
And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Out of the gun now on third down. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for a Las Vegas first down. A handoff, Jacobs running to the left. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
2nd and 11. His throw incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver. Third down here.
Oh, they'll certainly be on the tablets going over that one for sure. Clearly they were expecting something else out of the defense and couldn't adjust to make that completion happen.
The 7th play now of this opening drive. This is 3rd and long, though. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
He'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one. A good return there, 17 yards. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They go play action. Now Mahomes. It's caught. On the right side, it's Smith. Only able to gain a couple there, and that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
Well, this defense for the Raiders, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. Now back to throw. And his throw here is incomplete.
These two teams met in Kansas City earlier this season with the Chiefs winning that ball game. So if they can win again here in KC, they would pull off the season sweep.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Running straight ahead is Jacobs.
And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47.
Solid gain of 18 and a Raider first down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. That's caught by Waller out left side.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. He got 29 yards that time.
Well, this is a defense that's definitely on their heels now because they gave up the running play for good yardage one play ago. Now the pass here sets this offense up first and goal. They're going to have to dig in strong now because they've been in retreat so far on this drive. This offense on the march.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Yeah, that's a nice tackle there by the safety, but in truth, he's really playing linebacker because he's lined up so close to the line of scrimmage, he's able to read and react with force and make the play behind the line.
Touchdown! Darren Waller, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Raiders are on the board first here on the road in Kansas City. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Raiders are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
Charles, that makes now 5 interceptions in not even 5 quarters. Remember, he threw 4 picks last week.
And this turns into a tough situation because a lot of fans, the first thing is, oh, well, we need to change quarterbacks. This is your guy. This is your elite player. You can't just take him out like that. If I'm the coach, I make a little joke and say, you know some big guy, we're going to change the football. So it's obvious that's the problem. It's not you. Keep firing.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot, forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
And not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Knocked that down for a win in the defense's column.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Jacobs. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
But it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the 1st down. Now to be 4th and short.
It's a quarterback sneak. Credit there goes to those guys up front.
Certainly does, but we're also seeing how quarterbacks are doing it nowadays on the sneak. When I played high school ball, my coach John Ford used to say, just get down behind those guys and pick up the 1st down. Now these guys might hesitate to count, use their vision in their eyes, and find the crease and dive for it that way.
Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Zero hesitation that time. That was get ball, throw ball.
Yeah, turn into a smoke route. If you see the coverage off the receiver, doesn't matter whether you call it a run or not. Just take the ball, get it out to him.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now, and it's Las Vegas with the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Now a play fake here on first down. They swing that out wide to Jacobs. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
I really like the angles that the tacklers came from on that play. They secured inside, took away the cutback. The sideline's there, so you can only go so far outside. They were able to close in and tackle him for a loss.
Yeah, they used your boy over there, the 12th man. Sammy Sideline, right?
Sammy Sideline. You know something? He tackles pretty well, too.
He's tougher than an airport steak. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 of the 12. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage. It should be an impactful play, because if you get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Carlson able to put this one through. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
He'll get this complete to Kadarius Toney. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a first down. Now a handoff looking right. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. The Chiefs sitting at 5-2 on the year. And they've been playing well, really well. Winners of 5 of their last 7, but losers last time out.
And last week, not only on the scoreboard, but I saw it on tape as well. Definitely not one of their final performances, because
look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards and just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And the next-gen stats are going to tell the story. And wow, what a story it is. Nearly a full 23 miles an hour. One of the fastest plays on record, folks. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done, because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it's second down.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game, but in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
And some space here.
And he'll be forced out of bounds all the way down inside the 20. 63 yards rushing for him, as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
One of the reasons that this team is on this win streak, big runs like that.
When you see runs like that broken off, you know this is a team that's confident running the football. A big reason why this streak has occurred, they've come together, had a plan, and stuck to it. And when you get big-time runs like that, it makes it easier to stay with it, doesn't it?
And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss.
They're going to look to throw.
And a pass complete to Waller on the out route.
And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, first and goal.
Well, he does have 1 touchdown in the game already, and while this one won't go for 6, it's enough to get him first and goal. But you and I both know he's going to be a little upset he didn't cross the goal line for a second time in this one.
Might want the ball here on the next play. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown.
Josh Jacobs, his 7th rushing touchdown on the year,
as his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And bring this out to the 25. No return there for Hardman.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
We know he has a lot of confidence in his arm and likes to force it downfield, but the coverage was tight there. Fortunate it wasn't picked off.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Mahomes. Looking downfield for Kelsey. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Travis Kelsey, 75 yards.
And the Chiefs are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call. But he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And it leads down to a field goal at 17-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Well, they may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. They'll drop to throw. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
He finds his man, complete. That's Jacobs. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. They'll be back at the 36. The Raiders on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 14. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack.
That's George Karlaftis who fought his way through the line to bury him.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away.
Here comes Tony on the return.
It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5. And that will come the offense as they take over. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Well, looking back to that first quarter, they struggled, but now here in quarter 2, they seem to have some rhythm.
And it really should.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Nate Hobbs. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football.
We don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? They'll start out here with a jet sweep. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
But we all know the guy carrying the ball is going to get the credit both in the stat line and probably in the newspaper. But guess what? Those guys creating holes, they couldn't feel better about themselves right now. Offensive line, tight end.
And he's got Renfro in the end zone. Touchdown, Raiders.
A 20-yard touchdown.
And the Raiders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Wide open receiver complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 21 yards there on 3rd down.
First and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost.
Touchdown! Kadarius Toney, 54 yards.
And the Chiefs get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes. That's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far and fun to watch. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
You got a young quarterback. You know, maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide-open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. He'll look to throw. He hits Adams complete. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. The kick by Carlson is good, and that will finish off this third quarter of play. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Here's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there, because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And some room to run now. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown.
Isaiah Pacheco,
37 yards.
And the Chiefs are an extra point away from taking the lead. Well, they were down 6 at intermission, but they quickly erased that deficit, and Charles, now they've got a chance to take the lead.
And while being down 6 points, obviously not an insurmountable lead, tying a game up, that just relaxes a whole team, doesn't it? And now when you have the extra point and you go up, you really feel good about what you've accomplished.
Extra point by Butker is on target,
and that will put them on top here in the third. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
Duvernay now going to bring it out. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on 3rd down, isn't it?
And they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out.
On the return, it's Tony.
Good coverage there. An even 50-yard punt leads to a return of 5.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Here's a handoff out of the gun.
Nifty move. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
84 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
Ball at the 26, 2nd and 7.
Here's Mahomes to throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City 1st down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch, I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. And it's a fumble. And the Raiders pick it up. And he'll take this back all the way up past across the 45-yard line. Let's see now, Charles. That's 7 turnovers between last week and this week. 3 here in this game, 4 in last week's game.
You know I do my research, right? And I go all the way back to the best coaches that have ever been in this game. And all of them started with ball security in some form or another, understanding that taking care of the ball was the key to winning games. They can't believe what they're seeing right now because they spend all this time on it with the fundamentals, taking care of it, tucking it away, and they're not doing it. Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground incomplete.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Throw right side, going to be caught by Waller. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Now the ball comes loose, and I think the Chiefs have it. They do. He was trying to do anything he could to get that final little bit for the 1st down. Instead, he lost the ball.
Yeah, and he was short of the 1st down, but not by much. Trying his best, as you noted, to get there. Sometimes that extra effort can cost you.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Down he goes. Chandler Jones able to record his 5th sack of the season.
And we all know how talented this guy is who's calling the signals for him. But even the best in the game, they can struggle against a good, cohesive zone coverage. Can't find a gap in the secondary quick enough, and he ends up taking a sack.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. How about 25 yards on 3rd down? They'll take it.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down, that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
Partner, they've been aggressive, airing it out all game long, and no better evidence than those last 2 snaps. They weren't going to beat this coverage, though. 2 plays in a row, and that one falls incomplete.
To throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes, he's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Mahomes to throw once more. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 14. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. And he is going to lose yardage here. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's second and 12. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Throwing for his running back, and he's got it complete.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling a back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination.
And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Picked off by Divine Diablo. And the Chiefs are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line.
Thought he had the pick. Flag comes in for PI, so cancel it out.
Interference. Oh, a killer for them. Thought they had a nice play. Instead, they'll be marching off yardage against them.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty. First and goal. They'll try to run it in, going option right. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. 3 quarters in the books. Back at the 2 now. Here's second and goal. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes scoring on the 2-yard keeper.
And the Chiefs get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. So an important drive for them there. They're not home, but momentum, Charles, definitely in their favor now.
And I like the point you just made. They're not home yet, but a 1-point game, and if you kick the extra point, make it an 8-point game. Only 1 score, but you're right. Momentum definitely in their favor right now.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. There's still plenty of time here in the 4th quarter. Just a 1-possession game, down 8. They'll be looking for the touchdown and 2-point conversion. A field goal here on this drive does very little at this stage. A gain of 8 there on the play, and they'll be left with second and a couple.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a 1-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
If they get a game-changing score on this drive, it's going to be because of plays like that. That run was pure heart. Took it himself, found a way to reset the downs, and advance the ball.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Got a man. It's Darren Waller. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. First and 10. He'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
I have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
An incomplete pass leads to second and 10 from the 25. They'll look to throw here. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jacobs. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark it down at the 9. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets them up first and goal.
And that's a much-needed first down right there. Look, they're down by 8. So logic says they don't have to get a touchdown out of this drive. But the way things are going, I don't know if I'd put it in the hands of my defense here. You might not get the ball back at all. So the fourth down...
Touchdown, Raiders! Josh Jacobs, he scored on the ground and through the air. And the Raiders have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th. In motion left is a running back. They'll look to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. And a failure to convert and tie the game. Now the pressure shifts back to the defense.
But I think it was the right play. I think it was the right call to try and tie the game there. Kick an extra point, you're still down 1. What's the sense? I like what they did.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they've seen their lead nearly extinguished after that last score. But bottom line, they are still on top with the football. And a touchdown on this drive would really put them in position A. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give them a short yardage situation here for second down. Hands it off out of the gun. So that run play nullified by the holding call on the tight end.
Yeah, I just think he needs to get off the ball a lot quicker and get into the block a little bit more effectively. Then he doesn't have to reach and grab and try and hold on.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Mahomes going to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down. And Mahomes going to keep it himself. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
Mahomes now to throw. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Throwing now is Mahomes.
That'll be caught by Tony.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Throwing is Mahomes on third. Completes it to Hardman. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes.
Locates Hardman for another catch. And he is going to have the Chiefs first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
I think as a running back in this spot, you have to understand there's not going to be a whole lot of room to run. And in this case, ball protection takes precedent over trying to make something happen.
Fights through him, and his throw is incomplete.
This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important third down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get first downs and eat away at the clock.
Now here's Mahomes. Caught, Kelsey, left side. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 38-yard line. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 38. Here's Mahomes now on the option right. Oh, no, he lost the football. When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on him.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
And he's going to be close to a first down as he gets this to the Raiders' 30. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. This is 3rd and 2, maybe the biggest play in this football game. And they'll run on the inside handoff. Now they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
Mahomes going to go on 4th down. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Mecole Hardman, 29 yards. And the Chiefs' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. So a heck of a drive right there with the game potentially hanging in the balance.
A very good drive, and now conversion to make it a 2-score game and a solid lead.
Extra play by Butker is on target.
And that makes this a 9-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And no return on this one. It's a fair catch, a signal for and taken. The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
So remember, Charles, last time they were out here, they scored, but they just saw the opposition score, and they're trailing right now, so they're trying to keep pace here. They need a touchdown drive.
Well, if you're a fan of offense, you're loving this, but if you're a fan of defense, this is tough to watch, and it's also tough to keep that up when you just watch your opponent march down the field on a scoring drive that lasts into double-digit snaps. You need a score here, not just to follow the momentum from your last drive, but put the onus back on your opponent. And that's what they're doing right now, swapping that onus back and forth.
Now back to throw.
Gets this to Waller.
It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
Let's see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down.
Connects with Duvernay.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The Raiders on the move, a couple of big plays in succession. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to let it fly. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. They give him a gain of 38. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. Flushed out right to the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. He can only get a yard after all that. It's second down. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Looking again for Waller, and he's got him again.
And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Chiefs will have solid field position here as they take over at the 45-yard line.
He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational.
Well, Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did